When you walk in the Glasgow Necropolis, you're treading in the footsteps of history. This hill and the religious settlement on the opposite bank of the river that ran in the gorge at its base are where this modern city began almost 2,000 years ago. The merchants of the city bought this land 400 years ago and some 200 years later developed it as a beautiful garden cemetery with wonderful panoramic views over the city that they had helped to create. A place they felt it was fitting for themselves and their families to rest. To know something of the history of these families is to know how our city developed into the vibrant, diverse and powerful place it is today. In their names, you can trace the changes from an agrarian culture through the upheavals of the Industrial Revolution and shipbuilding, from an intellectually constrained society to one where thought, art and science could blossom. The family of the inventor of the blast furnace is here. The blast furnace is perhaps the key enabling invention that created the world cradled in steel in which we still live. Here too is the family of ironmasters who tried to steal the invention. Intellectual property theft is not a new thing. The people who built the fastest and biggest ships lie here, as do the families who operated them and opened the world to travel, migration and global trade. There's also a darker side. At least a portion of the wealth that built this place derives from slavery. In the necropolis, you can witness the tensions that existed in families. Some of the people remembered here were at the forefront of abolition, driving the movement for manumission, while their cousins were plantation owners, cotton millers and tobacco merchants. The Friends of Glasgow Necropolis is a volunteer organisation which researches this deep well and tells these stories. Perhaps our biggest contribution is to the physical restoration of the necropolis from the dereliction it had begun to suffer. The Friends raised some money and seeded the idea. Glasgow City Council understood the importance of this place and began to invest real money. To tour the Glasgow Necropolis with a volunteer guide from the Friends is free, although we do ask for donations. Every penny of the money we receive from you goes to fund improvements. There are no administration charges and there are no fees to guides. The focus of our current effort is to fund the restoration of the Menteith Mausoleum, that iconic part of Glasgow's skyline which perches on a promontory on the west of the hill. But we're very much in the hands of your generosity. Let's hear now from our chairperson, Ruth Johnston.
This mausoleum was designed for Major Archibald Douglas Menteith, who was an officer in the East India Company. He was buried here in 1842. This mausoleum is now in real need of conservation, and some of the issues need addressing quickly. This monument used to have on the porch animal heads which you could see clearly. Over the last few years, the erosion to the stone is visible here. There is a monument in Edinburgh which shows clearly the same architect did the same porch and shows the detail as it would have been originally on this monument.
Visit our website for much more information and insight, to book your place on a guided tour, or simply to donate to our work.